Hi guys, so I'm back and the paper here has been outside drying and I think it turned out really nice. I'm real excited about it. So there's a few little rips and tears in some of them, but I don't know if you can see in the light that I have here, but I really like how it turned out. It's got that nice kind of mottled effect like you would get tea staining. And here's how the one looks that was crumpled before it went into the dye. Of course, it ripped up, but I still think it looks really great. So I'll probably still utilize this in some way or another. And, they all pretty much look similar, but I think it's success. I'm calling this one a success. And I like that, you can, oh, here's one that there was a sheet laying on top of it, kind of sideways, and look at the cool pattern that happened on there just from that other sheet laying on top of it. It's kind of variegated. I really like it. So I think that, having all the different colors that I have of tie-dye dyes available, I think that I'll definitely be doing more hand-dyed paper in the near future for different projects. It's nice to be able to custom make a piece of paper for something that you're doing. I mean, I know that coffee dyeing, tea staining, all that's been around for a while. And I've seen a couple videos. I checked it out on YouTube just to see, while the paper was drying. I was just curious if anyone else had thought about using the fiber reactive dyes to dye paper with. And I mean, there's a few videos out there, but I'm not sure that they're using the same kind of dye. So like you see here, you see how I got, like, that's the dye powder. That's the components of the dye powder. So it makes that cool kind of speckled mottled effect on the paper, which is really great. And there's something else you can do with this dye that I did a while back and I haven't told you guys about it yet. But you can make your own dye sprays. And I did this one here. You cannot mix it with alcohol. I know because I tried. I thought, well, it would really be great if I could make like my own alcohol sprays, like alcohol inks. But I did add like a little bit of alcohol to this after I put the water and the dye in it. So I wanted a pink spray. I didn't have a pink spray on hand, so I'll just show you basically how well this one works. And I've been using it quite a bit. So if you invest in some of those dyes, some of the powdered dyes, you can have your own, like, just sky's the limit palette of sprays to make your papers with. And it dries pretty quickly. So I mean, there's not like they dry quite as fast as like an alcohol spray, but this one I've been using it right along with my Dylusions and with my glimmer mists. And I know that there's ways to make your own glimmer mists too. If you wanted to make something that was similar to glimmer mists, just take and make your dye and add some perfect pearls in with it. So, I mean, all that stuff I think would work out pretty well. So there's that. And then the last thing I want to do before I let you guys go, this is a two-part video. If you were just interested in the paper part, you can, take off at this point. But the last thing I wanted to do is show you some cool stuff I got today. This is a little bit of a haul I found for the Sci-Fi Journal coming up, and I'm going to make a whole separate video just of the ephemera that I've collected so far for the Sci-Fi Journal. So that's going to be a whole separate video, but I just want to show you I went up to the comic book store, which I hadn't really thought about as a resource, And I went in there and they had a whole wall of these really groovy little dudes, and they were only $1 a piece. And they even came in their own plastic containers. And there was just tons of them. They're just prints that this artist made. I think he's in Ohio, and what's his name? Rack, R-A-K, down there at the bottom if you want to try to look him up. But I mean, I found all kinds of goodies for the Sci-Fi Journal, and then also for the Star Wars Journal coming up. All his dudes look like they got a little attitude. You're like, they're all a little mean, but I mean, Yoda, you gotta love it. Yoda looks like he's ready to kick some ass. So I found that there, and I found some comic books and some things that I'll be, you know, putting into the upcoming Sci-Fi Journal. So I was excited. I think I got all of this for $8. That was, I mean, these were all out of the bargain dollar bin. I went in there and said to the guy, I said, look, I'm going to be tearing this stuff up. So if you got a problem with me tearing it up, don't show me your good stuff. Just show me where the bargains are. I don't want to tear up anything that's worth anything, you know, collectible or anything like that. So they were really cool about it. And, you know, I walked in there and sure enough, I wasn't disappointed. There was a bunch of nerds sitting around playing role-playing games, rolling dice and stuff. It was like something out of Big Bang Theory. It was great. I mean, I was just like, I was kind of like my inner nerd was coming out a little bit. It was funny because Dave went in there with me and, you know, we were walking around and stuff and Dave was just kind of being quiet and checking it all out. And I'm like, oh, look, it's Kylo Ren. You know, I'm like nerding out. I'm going, gosh, which one of us is the big nerd? All right, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy the tie-dye paper. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to put the link below for Dharma Trading, for the company I buy the dyes from. They're not the only one out there, by the way, that you can get tie-dye dyes from. They're just the one that has the biggest selection in the smallest quantities, which is what you guys want. You don't want to go all out and get like 8 ounces or 10 or 12 ounces or a pound of dye. You're never ever going to use that much dyeing paper. But starting out with the little 2-ounce bottles, maybe just a simple palette of them, and you can mix them too. They're just like paints. So, you know, they're water soluble, so you can mix and match those colors together. If you really want to try to get a whole palette, here are the colors I recommend. Being the tie-dye artist that I am, these are the 5 basic colors that you need that you can mix through. You need lemon yellow. Lemon yellow mixes with everything just about. You need fuchsia. You need a good black. You need turquoise. That's it. Lemon yellow, fuchsia, black, and turquoise are all you need to get the entire rainbow. And I'll let you guys play around with that if you want to and see what you can come up with. But if the hard colors to mix by hand would be red and well, brown's not so tough once you know, like, you know, one of the ways I like to make a good brown is with purple and orange. Purple and orange, they don't mix. They make brown every single time. So anyways, if you want a decent brown, and then you can take that brown and you can lighten it up by adding water to it, or you can darken it down by adding a little black to it. So there's just lots of ways, you know, you can play with these dyes. Anyways, I'm not going to get deep into dye theory and color theory with you guys right now. That'll be a different video also for a different day. And hopefully soon I'll be actually posting a tie-dye video. Wow. You know, what a novel idea, Chris. You're tie-dye Chris, and yet you don't have any freaking tie-dye videos. Well, believe me, I got a lot of knowledge up here about tie-dyeing. I just don't know if I'm ready to share it all. You know what I'm saying? I worked hard for that stuff. There's other people sharing a lot of stuff about tie-dyeing, but I charge people $100 to teach them everything I know about tie-dyeing. So I don't know if it would really be fair to my other students if I just put it all out there on YouTube. But you can expect some basic tie-dyeing videos from me in the near future also. I'm just too into paper crafting right now. I love it too much. I'm just having too much fun. I have to bring myself back to the dye table soon though. I know I do, because, you know, there are people who want tie-dyes from me. And I've been so neglectful. They're going to go to somebody else if I don't get on the ball. Okay, guys, so that's it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.